Hey everyone, this is Mike from Mike's Do It Yourself. Today I want to show you how to change out a recliner switch button. And this is a power switch button. Now this is the replacement. Now you can get these on online retailers for about $12, $13. And it's just a up, down for the recliner footrest. And then this plugs into the motor. Now this one's a 5-pin. You're going to have different connections depending on what model or what brand you got. But for this one, to take it off, you want to go ahead and twist the cover plate off. It just locks in like that. Once that's off, there's going to be 2 screws. Now the problem for this one is that it's intermittent, and I've already taken the cover plate off the back of this and adjusted the wires, and it's still doing intermittent up and down. So it'll work and then it won't work. And I've looked at all the connections look good. They're all soldered on to the circuit board in here, and we'll take it apart later and I can show you everything in there. But to take the switch out, just unscrew these with a Phillips screwdriver. And you may get a little stuffing out. Just pull that stuffing back in, push it in there. And then we'll move the recliner forward and we'll remove the connection that goes to the motor. Now when you have your recliner pushed forward, you're going to see near the switch. See what I did? I bunched up the wiring and just put a tie around it. And then you're going to have a few zip ties, most likely underneath. That way the wiring doesn't get into the mechanisms. So you're going to want to clip those. So here I have 1, 2, 3. And then there's one more here near the bottom that I added. And then to get it out of the motor, it is a good idea just to turn off the power. And so they have these push buttons every so often, or you can just unplug it. So you can just push that and then the power going to your motor is off. And so once the power is off, go ahead and unplug the switch. And then we'll cut the zip ties. Just be careful not to cut the actual wiring. Now, once all the wiring is cut, you're able to fish that wire through the hole and pull the switch out. And you may have to pull that sleeve out. Just to get that connection out of there. There's 4 screws on the back, 2 screws holding the plate in, and then there's 4 connections in here: C, negative, plus or positive, and D. So one would be for up, one would be for down, and then of course you got power going to it. So to get the new switch in, you'll start by putting this to the outside, and then we'll put this through the hole like that. And then we'll push the plug in how we took it out. Then you can push it through the plywood here. And then you'll want to make it tight underneath the chair, and then just have the excess bunched up over here like I had it before. That way nothing gets caught up in the motor or any other of the mechanisms. So we can line up the switch cord. Plug it into the motor. And then we can start putting some zip ties, some new zip ties, and around the same areas that we had the old ones. Okay, and then you just want as many or as few as you need. That way it'll hold it, and then it'll keep it against the top of the chair here. So we'll go ahead and clip the ends off here, and then tie up the excess here. Now this is what the finished product looks like. It's plugged in there. Got 1, 2, 3, 4 zip ties, so that way it won't interfere with anything. And I've got it bunched up or tied up at the hole, and then tied up here. And then the only thing left is to put the button back in, or the switch. So once we have the new switch all ready to go, we'll take the faceplate off, and we'll go ahead and push the power button. And then depending on how you want it set up, usually towards the front or the forward is to go up. So that is set up the opposite way, so we'll just flip this around, and that goes up and that goes down. So we're good there. So then we just need to put these side screws back in. You're putting the switch back in, just remember to push all that stuffing off to the side, and then you're able to screw these screws right into the wood. And once you have all that done, put the cover plate back on, and then just check to make sure it's working. Well, this has been Mike from Mike's Do It Yourself. Good luck on your next home or automotive project. Don't forget to check out the merch store at mikesdiy.net. And thanks for watching.